Now I remember what I did yesterday. How stupid is that? Yesterday was Black Friday, so I was scoping out the deals, supposed deals on Black Friday, but there were none. Literally none to be had. I bought more stuff throughout the year on non-Black Friday compared to Black Friday yesterday. So according to this, my history, first thing I did was look at my email at 11:36. Probably woke up at that time as well. Then yes, because the email came through, I then checked for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and then went through my list of YouTube watch laters. Then checked my other emails. Finished off EFAP from Mauler. Yeah, took a look at Dolce and Gabbana apologizing for the China controversy. Um, I'll come back to that. So I found this in the loft. Forgot I bought this by Powerhouse Books. It's amazing. I think I read through this once before, but just to see how sneakers were back in the day compared to now, just really amazing. And some of these, if you have OGs of these, oh my god, I've got a chronology as well. It's just, oh, it might have my one in here. Let me see, the one that I couldn't find. Let's just quickly have a look. Not seeing it so far. I'm kind of rushing though. Air Money? No, it wasn't Air Money. I found some pictures as well. Here we go. Air moving up tempo low. Air moving up tempo low. That's it. Yes, found it. Air moving up tempo. Moving apostrophe. Air moving up tempo low. I'll quickly correct that on my
I do not remember what these are called.
but I do now. And like, yeah, moving up tempo low. Alright, so back to the history. A good thing I found that. Why does it do that? So yeah, I tried to search for the product number on the internet, but it didn't find that. But lucky thing, I have this book. And then yeah, checked out some Black Friday deals on Amazon. Nothing to be had. And then there's this hoodie that I've already got one of, and I've got another one of, which is a larger size. It's a Nike China hoodie, like a China Beijing Olympics hoodie. I think it was released around the Beijing Olympics time. It's going for $15. I've got one medium, which I always wear. And then the pocket, it's a little bit frayed, but it's nothing too bad. And then they've got a large, but I'm not going to wear that for a while until start getting large. And then this one, to buy it now, $15 with a postage of $13.95. I would buy it straight away. However, this seller has never sold anything ever, so I'm just wary of that. There's no feedback for this seller, and the seller's other stuff is just a bit weird as well. There's a bit of judgment being passed there. No, I did not close that. Come on, man. Yes. Okay, so also with it being Black Friday, I ordered 2 books, which was on my to be ordered list for ages, which is the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis Collected Works book and the 500 Years Later and Oral History of Final Fantasy VII from a company called Read Only Memory. Black Friday deal. These are £5 off. Fair enough. Shipping and handling has always been £3, no matter how many items you add. But I thought, you know what? Let's give them some business. They're gonna do a Sega pop-up book for next year, and then the Sega Dreamcast book is coming out next year as well. So that's gonna be lovely. So I ordered those, and they're due to arrive next week. So I'll put that in my diary. And also today I got an email to say that my webcam, the webcam that I thought I'll be using if I was ever doing Let's Plays and things like that. I mean, I got the Yeti mic, got the Elgato Stream Capture, but I don't have a rig. I've got my PS4, but I don't have a rig. I don't have like a headset or anything, but I got my Yeti mic. So now I've got a webcam coming in. Let's see what we can do with that. And then clearing out the loft, I've still got a Pentium 4 upstairs and a Celeron. I think I'm just keeping them for a rainy day or something like that. But come on, why did you do that? Also checked out the Concords that are supposed to be dropping next month on the 8th. The only difference being it's got a 45 on the back and it's not stitched. And then my man McDojo Life, which I'm going to write a story about, codename EFO. Really nothing in terms of Black Friday deals. And then I made scripts or sides from the 2 things that I liked, which was Buffy and the other one, Mulholland Drive. Mulholland. Anyway. So I searched for the number. I was searching for Nike Uptempo different years, but couldn't find it. But found it in that book just now. Good. Then, checking my credits. I was on this production, which I thought was season 2, but actually the first season hasn't even premiered yet. So I think they're still in post. So I amended my credits. And so I was saying earlier in the previous video that the CD came back to me to say that sadly I have not been selected for this role. But that's fair enough, because when I'm taking a Cranston on this, when you're asked to prepare for a role, that's your job. You do that regardless of pay. Whether you get selected or not, that's not under your control. And then once you are free from that, once you've released yourself from that anxiety, you're free to work. And I've taken that on board. Thank you very much, Mr. Bryan Cranston. Then checked out some saved searches from eBay to just see what was up. These Protros, Kobe 1 Protro, original style, but with new technology, and it comes in a purple now. I'm so tempted to get them, but I really need to curb my spending. Really need to curb my spending, like seriously. As well as there's, I call them the Zach Levine Kobe's, the Kobe 10s, where he wore them in the All Star game, slam dunk contest, and won. That's the only time you've ever seen them on any NBA player's feet. They're going for $50 on eBay, my size, brand new, unworn. This is $50. To me, it's like that's a steal. Why aren't I putting in a bid? But again, another part of me is like, I need to curb my spending. And then when I was clearing up the loft upstairs, I remember I came across a Casio watch that was given to me for a job well done when I worked at Casio one time in the summer. And I wondered, back to another video where I bought an actual watch, which was I think a Focus watch. I can't even remember the name of the watch. And I liked the dial just because I was trying to do the 6 p.m. movement thing. But that never happened. So anyway, just the watch kind of reminded me of the watch that I bought recently, and just stuff. Like, I don't really need this stuff. And then yesterday I played some Uncharted, and then today I just finished the Uncharted. So now the videos are uploading, unedited, no commentary. Just it's a very quick game, less than 10 hours. So yeah, and then checked out sneakernews.com, and then I noticed that Vince Carter, congratulations, you're part of the 25,000 points club now. That's history. I've noticed that in the game that he played against Toronto, that he's playing for the Hawks now. He wore BB4s, but I don't ever recall him wearing BB4s during his NBA tenure. Like when he first got in the league, he wore some like Pumas or something. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And then he kind of debuted the BB4s in the Olympics with that dunk over Vice, the 7-foot guy. But anyway, a little side thing. And then stumbled across a video about holding your breath for more than 20 minutes. It was interesting because apparently Margot Robbie for Suicide Squad managed to hold her breath for 5 minutes. Now, I always thought 3 minutes was the max, but just goes to show you that, just because you set a bar for yourself doesn't mean that that bar is the same for everyone else. And then another site, they jacked up the prices before Black Friday in order to say that they've got a discount on Black Friday by giving you a promo code. I think that's just bullshit. Absolute bullshit. And then, so I played Uncharted. I got stuck on one bit of Uncharted because I couldn't find a particular, I think they called it an emblem or something. So I had to look that up on Game FAQs. It's not part of the main series of Nathan Drake. And as far as Naughty Dog have said, A Thief's End, Uncharted 4, that's it. And they're focusing all the energy on The Last of Us 2 now. And I don't want to speculate what's going to happen after The Last of Us 2. I'm perfectly fine with one studio working on one game at a time. I think that's the way it should be. And Naughty Dog have shown that they can definitely do that, and then they can kind of delay the release as well, because they know that they want a good game and they don't want a patch update on release. So good for Naughty Dog, and looking forward to The Last of Us Part 2, which is the point. I'm going to check for a copy of The Last of Us Part 1 for PS4. I have it finished PS3, but just want to go through it again just before Last of Us Part 2 comes out. I'm trying to do the same with Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. A little bit more of a slog with Kingdom Hearts, but that's the way it is. Yeah. And then I found a Creed documentary. How Stallone was saying that he never even conceived the idea for Creed, but it was Ryan Coogler who came up to him and said, "Yeah, I've got an idea for Creed, for an extension, kind of like a tangent for Rocky." And I think being able to have that conversation, having idea play idea, that's just amazing. And that's the kind of collaboration, even with superstars, that they allowed into their life. And that reminds me back to when someone posted a video of like their short scene. It wasn't even a short film, it was their short scene. I gave them a critique. I think majority of the time the things I said was they didn't use J&L cuts, and then I then did it for them. I'd used J&L cuts, and then they probably got angry and said, "Could you take down your video, please, the edited video?" So I've got a rant about that somewhere on my channel, so good luck finding it. But I just remember saying that. And then Bill Duke, he's talking about 1984. So that's an audiobook that I'm going to check out. George Orwell. And then I checked the standings on NBA.com. Pretty good for everyone involved. Let's just do some updated standings. So Toronto is leading the East with 16-4, and LA Clippers are leading the West with 12-6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and Los Angeles Lakers are above 500 at 11-7 in 7th, ahead of Sacramento at 10-8. Houston 9-8, but they're gonna make it eventually. Surprising bottom 8s for me are Houston, San Antonio, and Utah. Utah, why? Because of Donovan Mitchell. I thought he'd step up, but I guess not yet. So those are surprise bottom 8s for me: Houston, San Antonio, because Kawhi's there now, and Houston. I guess they're above 500, but I guess Harden's kind of struggling now, and Anthony's not really fitting in. All right, so in the East, Cleveland tied for the least number of wins so far this season with 3, along with Atlanta. It's kind of shocking that Atlanta, if I remember, was number 1 seed a while back. That's kind of shocking. So Milwaukee, 2nd. No surprise there with Giannis. Surprise for me is Detroit, but I guess because of Griffin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Orlando as well. Is at 8th, but they're below 500. So the East is pretty much not looking very good at the moment. And Miami 7-11, Washington 6-12, and New York 6-14. So it's just interesting, just all interesting, very interesting. And then I called it at night at 2 in the morning. So time check now. We are coming up to 10:30. And we are coming up to 20 minutes on this video. So it's time to say good night, God bless. Uncharted was a great game. The Lost Legacy, that is. Trying to grind through Kingdom Hearts now. And then looking for a secondary one. Probably Witcher. Probably not Witcher. I don't know. I've got so many games to kind of go through. So we'll see. Alright. Peace out.